you like the video, it'll be my honor if you can like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. And there are a lot more figure diorama photography at the end of this video, so please watch and enjoy until the end. Now, let's begin. I love 1000 Toy for what they're doing. Look at this figure. Well, the Hellboy was phenomenal, but this Abe is exactly how he was in the comic. My god, lovely. And I do love his different color texture all around his body, because he is a, he's a water, Abe is a water creature, right? He does have gills and so on. Yeah, the first two movies was awesome. The comic book is phenomenal, and this is exactly how I remember him in the comic. The 1000 Toy nailed the skull. It is just brilliant. It's beautiful. I love it. And like the Hellboy here, he's more like a matte color, but because Abe is an aquatic creature, so he's more glossy, it makes complete sense. It's a nice duel. So I am so happy getting him. The funny thing is that his body posture is different. His left shoulder seems to be much higher than his right. I don't know if that's done by design. I don't remember, but let's see his articulation. His head goes 360. He would look down that much, look up that much, and tilt. His ear is super pointy, so just be aware. His arm does go up that much, which is not the arm. His elbow goes up that much, which is nice. Goes around and out. He have that much range of articulation. His shoulder is a very soft material, so you can kind of see it doesn't get in the way. His elbow goes in that much. Brilliant. And then his wrist goes up and down. Really nice. He had a watch right there. And let's see, he bent and that much. I'm quite sure he can bend much more, just that his vest is in the way, but that's okay. I have no reason to complain about it. He can split that much, really nice, and he can kick that much, which is really nice too. And his knee goes in that much, great, brilliant. The sides or the cut, so it goes 360 and it goes up and down, and we do have a toe articulation. It comes with knife and sheaths, but it does time to time pop out, and especially his gun holster. If you look closely, the holster is actually cut right in the middle, so it's easier to slide in, but it's also easier to come off. So just be aware, it might fly off. And again, the sword is, or not, the knife is already popped out somewhere, so I gotta grab that. But yeah, nice touch of accessories. And let's see what kind of hand he comes with. He had first of all, a fist hand for punching. Then he had a gun pistol holding hand on both sets, so you can use left and right. He had a knife holding hand, and then he also have a spear holding hand. And yes, Abe come with his iconic spear, and that's really nice. I love it. The detail is good. Also, he come with a open hand for, I don't know, just open hand, and he come with a spread hand, opening hand, for more likely for grappling and so on. So he's a nice figure. I really like it, and his holster does come off really easy, so just have it a very good squeeze into it. Overall, I love it. I finally got a duel for my Hellboy. So yeah, I hope they will keep pumping the Hellboy series. Probably the next figure if they are doing it will be Liz, but I don't know if they would care to do Liz, because the comic ended, and at the same time Liz she doesn't pop in every episode. Well, Abe too, but Abe is more iconic because he's more creature, right? So, yeah, I'm not too sure if they're gonna be doing more, but I would hope so. I would hope very much so. So yeah, I'll take some photo and talk to you all soon. And we are also going to be doing Hellboy from the same company, 1000 Toys, and I love it. I actually kind of have a mixed feeling in a positive way, which is they gave Abe a lot of accessories, while for Hellboy, we didn't get too much. And actually, the disappointing thing about the 1000 Toy, what they did, was that for Hellboy, they came out with the exclusive that not like everybody was able to get on it, and that was Hellboy with the horn and sword, and I think they also came with a fire effect, I think, but for me, those are something like mandatory. Like, if we're gonna give a hole on the Hellboy head on a regular release, and I have to swap this horn piece, which you can kind of just remove it off and just put it in. If they're gonna do that, just then give us a additional piece of those cut off horn inside the optional head, or give us a horn, because the horn, which makes him the Demon King, that is something that is so needed for this character. I think it's awesome, the best Hellboy you could never get, and I think nothing will come near the quality of the 1000 Toy Hellboy. This is gorgeous, this is beautiful, and one great thing is they do listen to their customer, because when they shown a prototype of the Hellboy, their kneecap right here wasn't located onto the joint. It was actually located onto the leg here. So whenever you bend, the kneecap kind of pops out, and that looked really bad. And the fan kind of voiced their concern. Then they actually listened to it, and they fixed the issue that the fan were talking about. So 1000 Toy, I think they definitely listened to their customer. Their quality is phenomenal, and don't tell me that isn't exactly what you see in the comic, because that is the best Hellboy you could ever imagine to get. And all these belt detail is awesome. Phenomenal. I just don't understand why the professor named him Hellboy. That is the worst name you can ever name a child. Hellboy. Because he looked like a demon. God, he is such a DICK. And unfortunately, one thing about, same with Abe, his accessory piece does pop out real easily. So I did lose the gun holster, which was right here. It keeps popping out. I don't know where it went, so I'll put an image right here. But it was, dangling around here. It's fine. I'll make him hold on to the gun anyway. And the gun looks really nice. That is really good. I love it. I really, really love it. So let's go with articulation, and let's go with this iconic hand, because it's funny. I was reading Hellboy comics, and even the author said that he doesn't know what's inside the detail of the palm, because he never drew it, and he even said that I never drew it, so you guys don't need to draw it too, or even think about it, because the author doesn't even know. But in a action figure form, here it is. That's his palm. Awesome. And it does articulate fully, and the articulation is really smooth. It's not a strong grip, it's not a strong articulation, so if you try to make him hold on to something a little heavy and so on, it would kind of slip off and so on. But it's not that bad. That's actually something great. And the hand, when it comes to, I draw pictures a lot, but for people who draw or are any kind of artist, the hand is the second most emotion expressive part in the human body, first of course being the head. So that's the hand, and that you can express a lot. Now he can articulate his elbow that much, which is like, oh my god, crazy. The amazing thing about his shoulder is, when you look at carefully, his shoulder actually, this part right here, it's a soft material, so you do have a internal mechanism that's solid, and outside skin is a soft material, so when you slide it up, it actually doesn't get in the way. Actually, it's smooth sliding right there, very organic. And yes, it does turn left and right. Great articulation on the elbow. And not only that, it actually does come in quite well considering how buff he is. Why? Because his body is actually a soft material too. Very soft. And amazing thing about it is that you can actually bend in quite well. That is amazing bending for a buff figure like this. His head does go left tilt that much. When it really, the articulation wise, I really think it's amazing. This, one thing is that the head or neck, I would say, does not have any articulation. It's too solid. But for the character, it works really fine because he does have a decent enough head tilt down. So we don't need too much anyways. So that is also a great thing. He does kick really decent enough. It's so funny that his leg is so small compared to, like, when you look at it here, then it's like, yeah, okay, fine. It does look like he has a big torso and so on, but when you kind of make him kick, you see how tiny his leg is. And that's how much his knee bends. Yes, his ankle does have a decent articulation. There is no articulation on his foot, unlike the Abe. They could have added it, but that's okay. Yeah, they could have added it, but I'm not going to be that nitpicky on this figure anyway because everything is so gorgeous. He does split. His tail does articulate, however, it does pop off super easily. And it does give you a really good balance. The tail adds so much easier balance because his knee isn't like the solid knee ever. So having that extra, well, I don't know, I wouldn't say a third leg, well, technically a tail, that would help him balance a lot. So that's a good thing. And yeah, I do really hope they do give us more Hellboy figure because they are an awesome comic. Thank you very much for watching my figure unboxing photography review. If you liked the video, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification button. Currently, there are only 6% of my audience who are subscribed, and I feel a little bit lonely here, so your subscription will give me inspiration to go on further. Thank you again, and see you all soon. 遊びでやってるんだよ。